Warning, the opinions expressed in the following program are that of the host and or guest. They do not necessarily reflect the opinions of Complex Networks, Yahoo Sports, its affiliates, or any employee thereof. This show may contain adult humor and profanity and may not be suitable for general audiences. Now that we got all that corporate bullshit out the way, let's start the show.
Mason Crosby misses again. What a terrible day for the Packers kicker.
Turn right here.
Wait, turn right? Turn right? Damn it. I missed it.
You missed. Again.
Oh, I know!
Welcome, everyone, to Mostly Football, the only NFL pregame show that always splits the uprights, field goals, extra points. We're always good alongside Martellus and James. I'm Ben Lyons, and Marty, you played with that dude Crosby. If he had missed 4 field goals and a bunch of extra points, like, what would the conversation be like between you guys?
I mean, I'll probably, at that point, the way my shoulder was, I'd probably, it's cool, I dropped 4 balls today, so, hey, we at least
suck it up together.
Yeah, let's suck it up together. Like,
a lonesome kicker.
Nah, he's a great dude, though. So he's an accurate kicker, been accurate through his career, but right now, missing kicks as a kicker.
Yeah, being a great dude doesn't really go over well with your teammates after you've missed a bunch of field goals.
Hey, man, we fall down, but we get up. That's what my preacher said on Sunday, and it really relates to that, right? That man needs prayer.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're praying in Wisconsin.
I don't know if Mason Crosby is going to your congregation. But,
I didn't see one church.
Welcome.
Now that I think about it, I didn't see there's not one Baptist preacher in Wisconsin. Maybe in Milwaukee, but Green Bay, there's no black churches.
Well, you're welcome.
As always, we've got a stacked show for you guys tonight. Real big show. Someone here is going to tell you how the Cowboys passing game is piss poor. You probably figured that out for yourselves. Also, we've got Currency in the building. Jet Life is here. And Martellus got to eat his Wheaties with NBA vet Matt Barnes at a cannabis-inspired dinner party.
And I want to pitch this to you right now. Weedy Wonkas.
Weedy Wonkas.
And all we serve is chocolates, and it's all psychedelic shit, you know what I'm saying?
Psychedelic chocolates.
Yeah, we make all the chocolate, and you can see the chocolate getting made by the Oompa Loompas in the back.
Paid to do that. All right, before we get to everything on the show, let's get you ready for tonight's game between the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Football Giants. Both teams under 500 so far. Marty, are you excited to watch your big bro tonight on Thursday Night Football?
I'm extremely excited to watch this because it's been very, very hard to watch this game being on the West Coast because you got to get through 20 teams before you get to the East Coast. So they got a primetime game. I'm super excited about watching him play and seeing him do his thing. He got called for a badass roughing the passer penalty last week. So every sack counts, so I'm just counting up those sacks for him.
Excited to see him play, obviously, tonight on Thursday Night Football. And excited as always to have Desi on the scene because, as you know, Desi always with the behind-the-scenes interviews and exclusive updates before the game. So let's see who best friend Desi caught up with today.
What's up, MFers? This is Best Friend Desi coming to you live from MetLife Stadium. We've had some technical difficulties the past few weeks, but that all changes tonight because I got Odell Beckham Jr. coming over right now, and I guarantee you, he's going to throw somebody under the bus. Hey, OBJ, Desi Brown, Mostly Football. You know, the guy that beat you in the dance battle at Diddy Pool Party at Coachella. I tried to warn you. I told you my moonwalk was better than them J's. Damn, bruh, you still salty? Well, can you at least grab Eli for me? OBJ. OBJ still mad that he got served and now he don't want to do the interview. That's why the Eagles go win anyway. But this is Desi Brown for MFBN. Back to you in the studio.
Desi is the best.
That's to be the Emmy Award-winning best friend Desi.
Best friend Desi right there coming through. Let's go.
Now, come on, OBJ.
Speaking of Baptist, he looks like a little Baptist assistant preacher with that suit on.
Yeah, he definitely should be on the pulpit.
Paul
His dad's a preacher, a pastor.
He got
so he's the son of a pastor.
He got pastor energy.
Yeah.
How he talk. He be like, this is Desi. This is Desi on the scene.
Can I get a hallelujah?
Can I get a little hallelujah?
OBJ. All right, week 6 of the NFL season begins tonight, and some teams are already suffering from some serious ailments. So we want to give Dr. Marty a chance to diagnose some problems here. So, Dr. Marty, if you will, you break down some of these problems in the NFL. We got that for you.
Y'all know I love costumes.
Yeah, it's very official around here.
Oh, man. Do I need to put this on first?
Yeah. Paging, Dr. Marty. Dr.
Hold
Marty,
on, you know what I'm saying? I like this, though. It's not movie quality. All right, what we got?
All right, we're going to begin with the aforementioned New York Giants. They are 1-4, and the drama from Odell Beckham's pregame interview has the pot nearly boiling over already. Dr. Marty, what's wrong with the G-Men?
I think they don't have any heart. I can't get a heartbeat. I don't think they have any heart over there with the Giants. Odell Beckham wants to play with more heart, and I'm searching for a heartbeat, a post somewhere, but we'll see if it shows up.
You agree with the doctor's prescription of no heartbeat, or the diagnosis of no heartbeat?
Yeah, man, everything's just discombobulated over there right now. You know, even the interview with Lil Wayne, where Lil Wayne didn't speak, everything just doesn't make sense.
That didn't make sense.
Just the fact that we're analyzing the Lil Wayne interview and talking about this season, it just sounds like a mess.
We're looking for answers in Lil Wayne.
Hold on, I think I just got to the bottom of this. What's really wrong with the Giants is the trenches. You cannot win games if you cannot block up front. Saquon Barkley has not been able to run the ball because they cannot block up front. His running average is really lower than it seems because he hits a couple big home run runs based on his own potential and his own ability. There's not no easy runs, hit the gaps like you see on other teams where they just bust through the hole. He's breaking 10 tackles to make 20 yards, you know what I'm saying? But at that point, he'd be like averaging 2 yards. Same thing on defense, got to get sacks.
Same thing with the Eagles, too. They've been struggling to run the ball and switching to the other side of the matchup tonight. What's going on with the Eagles? Because with Ajayi out now with the ACL and their struggles on offense and Wentz being out at the beginning of the year, they've gotten off to a kind of a slow start. Is there a hangover for winning a Super Bowl, you think?
They got off to a slow start because Nick Foles was starting their quarterback. I think something wrong with their funny bone because that shit was funny. They haven't been able to get the run game going. You know, you look at Jay Ajayi, before he tore his ACL, rest in peace ACL, before he tore his ACL, he had 174 yards rushing in 4 games, right? So, they haven't been able to run the ball, so they have to throw the ball a lot. You see this happening a lot with guys like Andrew Luck, Carson Wentz. So you put them in, have to make more plays with their arms, and you can't do that the whole game.
You're SAG-AFTRA, right? You get good insurance to have a doctor like this. What do you think?
This is what, for sure, I need him on my insurance immediately. There's something going on the back of my neck, and I feel like you might. Either way, this is my theory on Philadelphia. I feel like Meek Mill needs to go back to jail, then get out of jail again, because that will insert energy into the city. It worked for Philly in the playoffs. They played the Meek Mill song during the Super Bowl.
They won the game when they came out to that.
There's no new Meek Mill. But the only Philly dude who went to jail recently, Bill Cosby. That's affecting them. They can't even watch the Cosby Show after a good practice.
But the other thing, too, that we not gotten in this diagnosis is that the secondary sucks. Do you be able to pass, you look at it, even in the Super Bowl, Tom Brady threw for 799 yards or some shit.
Yeah.
You know, so they haven't been able
not
to
coming out that door. Brian Dawkins ain't coming out that door.
So they got to get the secondary to cover better.
Yeah, they're definitely weak back there. But it sounds like the entire NFC East is in your waiting room because the Dallas Cowboys are 2-3, and the most recent loss had Jerry Jones finally starting to question head coach Jason Garrett's decision-making. Doc, is there a serious issue developing in Big D?
What happened to Jerry here is that there's only so many times that someone could piss on your feet and tell you it's rain.
Woo, say it again.
There's only so many times that someone could piss on your feet and tell you it's rain. Jerry's starting to realize that Jason Garrett has been pissing on his feet and telling him there's rain. 8-8's coach, he's not winning a lot of games, been to the playoffs twice. You have, 3 winning seasons since he's been there. The team's not progressing. They're in the same spot they were last year. What the Cowboys are in, they're on the NFL's treadmill, where they keep running, they're covering all these miles, but when they get off, they're in the same place. They haven't gone anywhere. Bam! Message!
The elephant not in the room for the Cowboys continues to be your buddy Dez Bryant. Dez tweeted this in response to Jerry Jones saying, "It would be nice to have a number 1 receiver. Jones said later that his team has lacked having a number one receiver for many years. Is Jerry getting tired of hearing from Bryant maybe? Like, what's the deal with Des Bryant tweeting with Jerry Jones, and it's just all a mess?
As a young black man, it's hard to keep old white friends. I know that for a living. That's just a contrast. It's good. They want to hang out with you, be cool for a while, but they can't keep up.
Because get old and dying, or what?
Yeah. So, but what Jerry's saying is very true. There's not a lot of true number one receivers in the NFL. You got Keenan Allen, Devontae
Yeah, but come on,
Adams,
at the height of his powers,
Julio
Des
Jones.
Bryant was a number one for the Cowboys.
He was a number one.
And by Jerry saying that, it's taking shots at Des, and Des is sitting at home. All he wants to do is play.
But
so obviously
my
he's got
thing is
Twitter
this.
fingers and
My thing is this. I don't like my ex-girlfriends. I'm married, you know what I'm saying? Like ex-girlfriends, I can't talk to them girls, you know what I'm saying? Like, why you keep texting the ex-girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? Move on. Some people break up with people and they get over the relationship earlier, but the quicker he gets over this relationship with the Cowboys, he can start a new relationship with someone else.
And there's only so many times your ex-girlfriend can piss on you.
Or there's only so many times your ex-girlfriend could shit on your plate and tell you it's chocolate.
Message.
4 years ago, around this time, Aaron Rodgers was telling fans to relax, relax. Any reason to panic now? Mason Crosby couldn't make a kick for his life. It was a terrible performance for the Packers. Rodgers looked like his knee wasn't right. What's happening with Green Bay? One of your other former teams.
I'm definitely the type of doctor that they need in Green Bay. It's an inside joke, you know what I'm saying?
So teams are suffering. Everybody needs Marty.
I'm the type of doctor that they need in Green Bay right now, if you understand what I'm saying. But right now is a really good time to panic as a Packers fan. One, because now that Aaron got paid, he has more leverage than the coaches, and he's going to be able to make some changes that he wants to make. He was smart by not saying too many things that you see him saying, like, I don't like the game plan. I don't like this. We need to scheme better. We need to do these things better. Like, he doesn't want to do too many things on his legs. So it's a good time to panic as a Packers fan, because you're not getting there's not a lot of sacks happening, a lot of good things happening on defense. There's a close game. You're missing field goals. It's not Packers football.
Also, it's like if you're living in Green Bay and they suck, then like, what are you doing in Green Bay?
Yeah,
our whole winter's gonna really suck.
Yeah,
very important for the mental health of everyone in Green Bay for them to get their stuff together.
Absolutely.
You ever heard a theory about when some of the Beatles died or whatever? John Lennon, the original Paul McCartney died. You ever saw that?
Paul McCartney didn't die.
But Paul is dead. It's a documentary. If you haven't watched that documentary, I know I'm not plugging your documentaries right now, but if you haven't watched that Paul is Dead documentary, make sure you check it out. Okay. But they said that people, if they knew out, Beatles the fans would have been doing suicide. Right, there have been a lot of people scared. It would have been heartbroken. So I think there's gonna be a lot of babies made in Green Bay this offseason. I mean, this winter, because ain't nothing to do. You can't watch the Packers play. You know, you can't go. There's no restaurants to go to. You can't surf. You can't dance with anybody. You can't go to church and get the prayer. So you got to make babies.
It's the apocalypse.
And when you make your babies, I'll be there to deliver them. Give me the baby. Give me the baby. Mufasa.
Is there literally like a worser image you would like to see when your baby?
Oh my God!
And Martellus saying, "Give me your baby."
Push, and I want to push the Packers to greatness. Push. Wisconsin, go Pack, go Pack, go. Fuck them.
Finally, what the hell is going on this show, and what is going on with the Falcons? How long can a Super Bowl hangover last? Sunday, Atlanta got spanked by the Steelers. They're 1-4 and only have a 6% chance of making the playoffs. I don't know how they do those playoff percentages with so much football left, but fans obviously are not happy in Atlanta. Dr. Marty, should they be having babies in Atlanta? Like, what's going on?
No, you should not be having babies in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Because you should not be having babies out of wedlock. I feel like most people in Atlanta might not be married. And, but what I do think, and this is just me playing doctor, you know, I grew up playing operation and shit, and what I think is wrong with the Falcons is they still can't get over the 28-3 loss that we put on them when we played in the Super Bowl.
Come on, it's been like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago already.
Some hangovers last longer than others. Depends what you're drinking. And when you drink what you drunk that night, you know what I'm saying? That shit lasts a long time. Now, they really got to get their pass rush going. They haven't had a good pass rush. Dan Quinn's a great coach. I think he's the right guy in this situation, but got to get the pass rush going. The offense is doing well. I think they lost some key players on defense. Keanu Neal and I was about to say Keanu Reeves. I was watching John Wick last night. and then the linebacker. So they got to get a bunch of guys playing at that level that they played at. And once the defense get going, because the offense shows you what they could do every week. So
yeah, they put up 30 plus.
Devontae Freeman's coming back, so once he gets going, the offense is going to be good. But they got to be able to stop people against the Saints in that division. So Bucks.
It's Atlanta. It's over. But guess what? Wildin' Out is coming through there, and they're going to be shooting some episodes. So have a good time, go to tapings. And just laugh, but like the football side of life is like kind of right now. But listen, I have a segment, and let's get into it, all right? This is mostly football, and we know James Davis, I'm the mostly, because the football side, whatever. So we're going to talk about some things that are mostly not football, like how LeBron James ain't fucking around with the security at his LA crib. After learning that his name was on a list of other celebrities of a suspected burglar, Bron hired 10 armed badasses to guard his place. Just like your house, Marty, right? You got 10 badass security dudes?
Hey, don't come to my shit, because I got a lot of security. Man, don't be putting me on the spot like that. My issue with this is that they'll put his house, his address on the internet. You know what I'm saying? No one else buys a house and they don't put your house on the internet when you buy a house.
You can look up any address and it's on the internet.
Yeah, but they'll say LeBron's house, this one right here. You don't say Ben Lyons' house is this address, this neighborhood like this.
You know what it is? He's starting to realize what life in LA is like, right? At first, he's going to Soul Cycle and the Country Mart and hanging out in Brentwood and having a great time. And now all of a sudden he's on the Star Tours and he's like, okay, I don't want all these people looking at my house.
I know, and he moved to Brentwood. I don't know if they want too many superstar brothers moving in that neighborhood right now.
You see how they did OJ. He won't. That's a bad joke. Edit that out.
Moving on.
Edit it out. But
edit out my suicide joke earlier too.
Actually, leave everything. This episode is amazing. All right. I'm not a body language expert, but take a look at this. Check out the wife of newly embattled Supreme Court Justice Kavanaugh. Some super awkward pats on the back. Hey, honey, how's it going today? What do you make of what's going on here? This looks really weird.
She looks uncomfortable as hell, and that's kind of how you deal with your dog. You throw it to the side, you pat. Like, why are you? That's not loving and tenderness, care. Like, she looks creeped out. Watch her eyes. She looks at him like, uh-oh. I'm doing the best I can. Look, I'm up here. I'm playing the role. Just quit touching me.
She's a hostage.
It's awful. It's awful. That dude is so uncomfortable in his own skin, and clearly, he needed some.
It was just beers.
Brewskis.
It's just a beer. There's nothing wrong with it. I drink a beer. Yo, quit touching women when they don't want to be touched, you dick.
Yeah, message. And a classic movie is finally getting a sequel. I'm talking about How High, of course. Great movie. But Method Man and Redman are not going to be making an appearance in How High 2. Say what? Lil Yachty and my boy DC Young Fly are stepping into the iconic roles. DC's my boy, but still, I mean, I kind of wanted to see Meth and Red.
I wanted to see that too, and obviously it's a buzzed about project here in Hollywood, and since we're on the scene, we actually got a copy of the script early, so if you guys
was it through your people or mine?
Everybody's got people here in Hollywood, so probably your people, knowing your people.
I don't agree with this.
So we're gonna do a little How High reading, a little table read here.
All right.
So, surprise, surprise, I'll play the narrator.
Good. That's a good role for you.
Here we go. James, you're gonna play Little Yachty.
That's fitting.
Let's go.
And Marty, you're playing DC.
I'm just happy that I got the funnier person in this situation.
All right, well, all right, here we go. Narrator says,
we're all stretching.
Yachty sits in car with small amount of weed and paper, spills it everywhere. Young Fly sits in car next to Yachty with a fat sack, but nothing to smoke it with. Both guys roll down their windows.
Got blunts?
Got weed? Man, that shit smell good as hell.
So you trying to get something to bring them nerves down too, huh, bro?
Yeah, I figure if I study high, take the test high, get high scores. Right?
Right?
End scene.
And how high are we? I'm so high that I can smack a giraffe on his ass.
That was an improv. That wasn't.
All right, good to see you guys taking a crack at How High 2. That was really memorable. All right, this is the only show where the fucks are currency, and this is when we decide if and how we're spending them. That's right, it's how many fucks.
How many fucks?
All right, first up today, Colin Kaepernick's company has filed for a trademark of his hair and face to be used on everything from seminars to TV productions and jewelry, even lampshades. How many fucks you guys give about Colin Kaepernick and his trademark?
I give one knee of fucks in this because he's not the first brother with an afro to run around the world. So it's interesting that I was watching him with the afro. I'm like, damn, they got to be doing some type of marketing thing with his afro because it's branding the afro all the time because otherwise, why would someone walk around with the afro in 2018. So I think it's smart. I'm all for guys owning their likeness and being able to use it to grow their revenue, and they're not going to give him jobs, so he needs to take advantage of all the things that he's built with the person that he is.
I agree with Martellus, and I give this a solid fuck. Get that money. I want to see Colin Kaepernick t-shirts, hoodies, fear the fro. Free the fro, maybe kneeling on your booty.
Fro zone.
Exactly. I want Colin Kaepernick to be the new FUBU.
I don't think he's going to go there.
I gave 7 fucks about this because that number 7 is still one of the highest selling jerseys in the league, and he's not making money off that. So for him to go out and file a trademark so he can get money and use that money to support the causes he believes in, I love it.
He should just make his own jerseys.
Next up, there is some buzz this week for a potential Mayweather versus Pacquiao rematch, and apparently Floyd is deadly serious about making it happen in 2019. Marty, how many fucks do you give about a rematch between these two legends?
0 fucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want to see Jordan and Pippen play one-on-one right now either.
I'd rather watch Jordan and Pippen play one-on-one than watch this fight again.
True that.
How many fucks do you give about Manny Pacquiao too?
Sorry, I'm just addicted to the story. It's like the next Lord of the Rings. I got to see how it ends. You know what I'm saying? I give 59.99 fucks. Whatever a pay-per-view's amount of fucks is. I'm sorry.
I'm with Marty. I give 0 fucks about this, especially because it's Mayweather and he's a giant human piece of garbage. All right. You know who doesn't give any fucks? Banksy, that's right. If you believe his Instagram, the notorious and anonymous artist installed X-Acto blades inside the frame of one of his paintings years ago in case it was ever sold. And then seconds after it was sold at auction for over $1 million, the painting shredded itself. How many fucks, Marty, for a tremendous art prank?
1.4 million fucks, because this was awesome. Genius, well branded, well done. The painting's worth more now that it's been shredded because there's this whole spectacle around it. So the person who bought it is actually going to make more money off of it because now they got the painting that was shredded by Banksy. So I think this was a pretty good call. Smart, clever, well thought out, and it's just dude's dope. Although I think that Banksy is not just one person. I think it's a group of people who are Banksy. That's my theory. Exit through the gift shop.
I give a shredded fuck. I think that was just some genius, artistic shit. And I mean, really, it's a metaphor for life. Like, in life, we're framed on a picture, and then all of a sudden, when we born, we shred it, and like the rest of our life is just us falling, like shredding, and just living life being shredded down to the ground.
Is this your audition for Ha Ha?
Yeah, you already got the part. You already got the part. I'm going to give Pierce Brosnan's net worth amount of fucks because Thomas Crown will be very proud of this maneuver. I think that movie's awesome, and Pierce Brosnan has so much money from GoldenEye and video games and playing James Bond. So all of his net worth for the Banksy stunt, I like it. Very well played. All right, coming up, we're pulling up an extra chair in the house for currency. Jet Life is here. He's here for mostly football. But first, the Giants are about to host the Eagles less than a week after Odell Beckham dropped some verbal bombshells on his team. But Giants coach Pat Shurmur, well, he revealed that he didn't deal with the drama personally. He employed the locker room to do that for him.
Have you been the victim of drama in your life?
When you have a locker room, that stuff gets taken care of.
Is a difficult situation holding you back from true happiness?
And locker rooms have a way of dealing with this stuff.
If you're facing a conflict, big or small, Locker Room Mediation Services can settle your dispute magically with little to no actual effort or conversation.
I addressed it, and the locker room takes care of it.
Find peacefully cryptic resolutions to problems like broken marriage, awkward handshake, the last slice of pizza, dude taking up the whole hallway but he don't want to bump shoulders, car collision that was definitely your fault, wearing same shirt to the club, and STDs.
The locker room took care of it.
Locker Room Mediation Services. Don't address your problems, lock them up. Call now and your drama can be
finito. Done.
Giants seem to have things under control. All right, we're happy to welcome now to the show. He's a legend in the rap game. He's one of New Orleans' finest. Please welcome Currency. Thank you so much, dude, for spending some time with us. And this is the week, too, where Drew Brees just lit it up on Monday Night Football.
His whole family was brought down to the goal line, you know what I'm saying? His wife, his sons and all that, and he shattered the record.
You know, obviously every fan base thinks they're the most passionate about their team, but there's something different with the Saints and New Orleans and Brees.
I tell you
explain
this,
it to
I can only speak from my view, but me, it affects the nightlife of my city. So the Saints are very important because if they take an L, the strip club is gonna be whack. The regular club is gonna be, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be whack, you know what I'm saying? People's spirits are just down, you know. So that's definitely what keeps me glued to it because I'm like, man, you know, the rest of the night is hinging upon it.
But that's true too because after Katrina.
Come on. And after Katrina, they brought us completely back to life by winning the Super Bowl. Like that's the perfect example.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Of how it works with us.
You know, a lot of my family's from Louisiana
they
as well.
knew how down in the dumps we were as a town. So it's like, you know what, we could do this. We could get them a Super Bowl ring by any means necessary, apparently. But yeah. Yeah, but that's what's important.
I'm really happy you're here right now because your music has been the soundtrack of my life for the last 11 years.
Come on, tell them about it, man.
I just tell like everyone.
Drop the Bentley story.
Oh yeah, so when I got my first. When I got my first Bentley, which was Continental GT, 2-door, you know.
Think back to you guys' first Bentley.
First of all,
where were you? Where were you?
So when I got my first Bentley, there was only some music you could play in it. And your music is built to drive the Bentley, right? And then the first place I went in the Bentley was to Popeyes. Absolutely. So I went to Popeyes, I got a 3-piece, all wings, 2 biscuits, and the red beans and rice. And I sat on the hood of my Bentley listening to Currency music while eating my Popeyes chicken. And then I got back in the Bentley with my greasy ass hands.
Yes, all that is leather conditioner. I do it all the time. It's just leather conditioner.
Nah, but so like, I told my wife he's gonna be, she's like, oh, you finally get to kick it. I was like, but there was that one time in Dallas where I ended up on tour bus with y'all and I smoking weed back in the day.
So, Currency, something I love about you, man, is you put your music out. Like, you just put it out and let the fans do what they do with it, and then you find ways to make money.
Yeah, I'll get paid later, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The way it works out, if I just put all the tapes up for free, the people like the music so much, they want to hear me perform it. They want to see me do it because they already have it in their phones and shit. So when I'm in your city, they show up. So that's kind of how, how it evens out.
I remember when I had my first Honda Accord. And
never had one of those.
Yeah, I was driving, and I was listening to your collaboration with Wiz Khalifa. Man.
Oh man, yeah.
Like, that was a classic.
Yeah,
moment.
we did How High, and we both from that point like
Winchester.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but I feel like you really influenced the way that dude smokes weed too.
Yeah, well that's my little brother. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of game he was smoking blunts when we linked up, and I was like, man,
I still enjoy blunts though.
I know. There's nothing I could do about it. Everybody taller than me smoke blunts is pretty much what I've arrived at, so I don't even fight no more, But he made the switch, and he felt the difference. If you make the switch, you'll feel the difference. You're gonna taste your stuff better, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna taste your tree.
Yeah.
That blunt is adding so much other.
I do both. Yeah. I don't discriminate. As long as it burns.
Okay.
We're coming up on an election. It's a great platform. Yeah, exactly. Man. It's a great platform for you to run on, I think.
Man. And well, speaking of which.
Hot damn.
Yes.
Speaking of which, I got this jar, Andretti OG. I have a few of my own strains.
Oh, yeah.
This is my number one, my personal favorite.
Like Pine Sol.
Would you want to take a?
I can smell it from there, actually. That's good. Yeah.
I tried this out earlier. I tried it out earlier, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. It was a good high. I'm not.
Ooh, this smells like day 2 of Coachella in the afternoon.
I love there's for me your music is and I think your fans are similar to Tim Burton, right? So Tim Burton the way he makes his movies, he has his audience loves his shit, right? No matter what Tim does, I'm there to watch it. And I feel like your music is the same way because I feel like when you make music, you write music as a movie scene.
This is true.
Is that what you say the same thing?
Yeah, once the beat comes on, it's like a score to a movie, so I just write what I think is going on in it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's why I love, because I I work to musical scores and I work to your shit.
Yeah, I'm touched.
And
Yeah.
there's some artists who would be upset if they were called underground. You embrace it,
Yeah,
but then you
forever.
also have overground.
Forever. I mean, my brother is a megastar. You know what I'm saying? I had a 700 square foot apartment. I'm talking about Wiz.
Oh, Wiz.
Wayne is my brother just from New Orleans, like for sure, for life. But that dude's a planet.
Yeah.
He's his own planet.
You just wanted the moons around.
Yeah, all I wanted to do was like be able, like if Jordans were coming out, I wanted to make sure I could get those a few weeks early. Keep the lights on, keep the dogs fed, shit like that. Everything above that is just
So
lotteries.
You love dogs.
Yeah, I got 5 of them.
Now you got to, speaking of Jordans and shoes, you got to work with Iverson and the Reebok brand. Tell us about that.
I did the question, the first one that he came out.
I love those.
I did that. Oh, there we go right there. I got a little stash spot in there for your Andretti OG.
In the shoe?
Yes, in the
shoe. Got a weed stash spot.
In the shoe. It's just a stash spot.
Man, Iverson could have used that when he played in the league.
Right?
Practice?
We're talking about practice.
Man, let me just go get my Andretti shoes on right now. I'll see y'all after practice.
So growing up, like now that was you a big fan of Allen Iverson?
Yeah, come on, man. He was insane. So this was the craziest thing in the world for me. I had that shoe at that time. That was when your shoes made you who you were at school.
They still make you.
And I know, so listen to me now. This is when I was growing up and realizing how important this was. So I'm like, damn, I missed the bus on these Jordans. My mom didn't know how serious it was. Like, I didn't get those. What else is gonna hit this hard? And then he came through, boom, like, look at this. This is madness. So I came through, and the whole school was like, nah, you're the man, you're the one.
Yeah, because when people first meet you, they make shoe contact before they make eye contact.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
Like, man, they judge you off your shoes.
The only reason why anyone allows me to hang out here on this show, actually.
I'm not gonna lie, that you definitely come.
You
do your thing.
Ben brought a friend.
Ben got a sneaky shoe game.
Oh yeah, but
sneaky.
he's just robbing the culture. Culture.
I'm wondering, like, if you knew that they would be, that they'll be in view and everything, like you dress.
Hey, so no, speaking of being in view, I know you watch the show. We do a segment here called How Many Fucks.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd say goodbye with maybe doing one last How Many Fuck with currency. Hulu just ordered a series based on the WuTang Clan and their rise to fame in the early 90s. Brian Grazer, I saw on Instagram, is going to be involved producing it. How many fucks you give about the WuTang Clan story coming to the screen?
Fucking 36. 36 fucks for each chamber, G.
Yeah.
Honestly, like it's what I grew up on. So like to see it, that's what's up.
I can't wait for like the casting session for a young
Come
old
on.
dirty bastard. You gotta go find that.
Who's Raekwon?
Yeah, exactly.
Wasn't Raekwon on? He did.
Yeah, he was on a
Michael
pilot.
Knight.
Listen,
did
Raekwon's
Michael
my
Knight
favorite
remix.
rapper. Yeah, he's my favorite
I like
rapper.
the way he put twos
He
together.
videotaped him laying that verse and sent it to me because I was in Jamaica. Not when I didn't have a Bentley at the time.
Yeah.
I was in Jamaica kicking it, you know what I'm saying? And dude sent the verse over to me, and I couldn't believe that shit, man.
The other person I really love that you collaborated with, though, I know, guy, whatever, but Mos Def.
Yeah, that's my big brother.
I love Mos
For
Def.
sure.
What's up with
Mos,
him? Where is he at?
Well,
That's the best thing about him. He's like Carmen Sandiego.
Both of those people.
He's like Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah.
If we say their name enough time and have the music set to the right frequency, volume or something, then maybe one of them will materialize. Mos Def only reaches out to me like when I'm about to get in trouble in life. When I'm about to make a wrong turn, some kind of way I get an email and it's like, brother.
They email you?
Dante. He's like, big brother, and I'm like, wow, it's Mos, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's like, I sense that you were troubled about
you put that in one of your
whether to order a
songs.
pizza or go get chicken. You know what I'm saying? I think you should take the ride, brother. And I'm like, damn, thanks.
That needs to be the
Yeah.
TV show, the Currency TV show where Mos Def is always watching. Ben, you produce, Will write, somebody white, let's make this happen.
I feel like Mos Def to me in the rap game is like Morgan Freeman.
Mos Def is
wise.
probably in this fucking mounted deer thing watching all of it. We better stop. Like, we got
Hey.
Mos, we love you, brother.
Hey,
Black Star.
you gotta get out of here because you're going on tour tonight.
Yeah, fucking tonight. Yeah.
Tonight.
Oh, yeah, and I haven't been fucking taking advantage of how much I could curse. I've been sitting here, as nice as the set is, I'm like, I probably can't drop any bombs in here, but like, fuck. Yeah, I'm going on a fucking tour tonight in fucking Phoenix.
I'm Oakland.
Fucking leaving. Yeah, fucking everywhere. Fucking LA, fucking Santa Ana, fucking Frisco, fucking Oakland, fucking Portland, fucking Seattle, you know what I'm saying? And all of these places, I can fucking smoke my weed, and I'm gonna talk to the dispensaries and the proprietors of fine marijuana in those places and try to get my hands ready on the shelves.
Say what's up to the people at
We usually, when I get people who make music on here, we usually freestyle.
Yeah, I know. I saw Chuck on here doing this thing.
Yeah.
Chuck is also who I feel like should play Raekwon.
Oh, he would be great.
That's what I was about to say. I don't know how much pull I have in that, you know what I'm saying? But Ray.
Put it out there. Most def, make it happen.
Most.
Yeah, most def.
They elect.
Can you turn the beat up a little bit?
You need Chuck.
Marty bars.
Raekwon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can't really hear that.
Yeah.
Spit that.
Can you hear that?
I can hear it a little bit.
Dig it.
Digging. They say he's living.
Ooh.
I'm balling like I'm Wiggins.
Oh.
I'm eating now. Baby like he's pigging. Woo! Jet did it. Did he do it? It's Nike. It's too fluid. It's congruent.
Woo!
Equivalent.
Oh, he going in
Who
the
they want?
dictionary.
Cowboys irrelevant. Martellus is intelligent. My pockets are on elephants. The inside my coupe probably smelling like some peppermints.
That's written.
Oh!
That's written.
You wish it was written. You wish it was
That's written, yo.
You wish it was written.
Yo.
Look, you snapped. You snapped. I don't know if I'm gonna deliver something of that
We're gonna
quality.
record a song together before you get out of here.
Yeah, well, let's go to the studio.
All right,
We can take this same beat and go.
Yeah.
Since you wrote that.
This beat? I didn't write that, but I can write something.
Yo, make sure it has urgency when you in the studio spitting with currency. I'm done.
Oh yeah, let's go. And that's the most. And this is mostly football.
Done. Thanks for coming on the show.
This is mostly football where the host could actually rap and your hosts are actually cool people. All these other sports shows, the hosts aren't as cool as we are. So don't watch uncool shit. Come over here with the cool people.
He gave you 48 bars.
Yes.
He gave you 48 bars
and
of
48
raw.
seconds.
I don't even know what else to say.
Done. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Man, kill the rest of the blocks, man.
Dude.
That's the episode.
Thanks for coming in, dude.
I'll come back next week and rap.
Really appreciate it. Ms. Loza is going to be here as she is every week, of course, breaking down everything with fantasy football. Liz Loza joins the show coming up next on Mostly Football. But first, speaking of Liz, when you're a big deal like she is, you're going to get some unwanted pictures sent your way.
I'm Liz Loza with a special message for all you creeps out there. If you or someone you know is thinking about sending an unsolicited dick pic, here's some great advice. Don't. I'm a fantasy football expert. I can tell you who to draft, but please spare me the shaft. Every year, millions of women out there are traumatized and made physically ill by dick pics that they didn't want nor ask for. And enough is enough. Instead of sending an unwanted picture of your junk, try sending a picture of your face. Unless, of course, your face looks like a dick. Or even better yet, don't send anything at all. And remember, just because you have a dick, that doesn't mean you have to be one.
Paid for by the National Association Against Unsolicited Dick Pics and FEMA.
Well done.
That was great. I love it. No dick pics.
Powerful stuff. Powerful stuff.
Enough about the dicks. It's time to talk some fantasy football with a woman who knows that Wham is also an effective run blocking scheme. And what a tram is, and not just an 80s pop duo. A tram is not an 80s pop duo for sure, but Wham is. And Wham is a great blocking scheme, actually. It's my friend, the anti-dick pic spokeswoman of the year, Liz Loza. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm great. I don't know what tram is. I thought Wham was walking around money, and I definitely am not pro dick pics.
Wham is a play when you see the
Well, I know the football one. But the pop band, like,
nobody listen to that shit.
What is that?
We don't know. We don't
Ben,
listen.
you might know.
listen to
It's
that
George Michael, right?
Yeah, if it's on at like 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's on the
And it's
radio?
probably a fun
What do you
fun
listen
night.
to at 3 in the morning?
Listen to Wham at 3 in the morning.
I already gave my diagnosis on why the Cowboys offense sucks and why dick pics sucks. Besides Zeke, are there any other Cowboys worth keeping on your fantasy roster right now?
Oh, well, Marty, how quick do you want this segment to go? Because the short answer is no.
Likes Jack's dick pics.
Oh my gosh.
You just went for it.
No, but no one's doing anything in Dallas.
No one is doing anything in Dallas. You can just look at the numbers, which I think our staff would be thrilled to throw to right now. They have the lowest completion percentage since 2002, the lowest passing yards per attempt since 2003, and the lowest passing yards per game since 2002. So basically, nothing is happening. You know you're in trouble when Cole Beasley is your #1 receiver. And I ran the numbers. Get this. Okay, so Zeke is averaging 127 total yards per game. The Dallas Cowboys, as an entire offense, are averaging 307 total yards per game, which means that Zeke's, Jesus, you got me doing it now. Zeke's production is making up 41% of Dallas's total production.
They suck.
That's
I'm sorry. They're not America's
acceptable.
team. I'm done with the Cowboys.
That's not acceptable. And I got a question for you, Marty. What the hell is a Jeff Swaim, and why isn't Rico on the field?
Because, I feel for Rico because I was in a situation when I was there. Young athletic tight end who wants to gets better when he plays, right? There's some things he's not going to be able to do everything. No one asks Antonio Gates to block a power, right? Don't let him do that. Put him in situations.
Move downfield and score a touchdown.
Use him for what he's good at. You don't go watch Jimmy Graham to watch Jimmy Graham block. You come watch Jimmy Graham to catch the rock.
box out.
Yes. So
I think guys named Rico should be allowed to do whatever they want.
Rico's a good dude. He's a former basketball player. He was a Baylor standout. And he's had a different position coach every year since being in the league. He doesn't have a chance. I don't know why he's not
Rico.
Let Rico do his thing.
I know a lot of guys that have that relationship.
Rico!
I got a question for you. Is the Bears offense for real? Is it a real deal? Are you buying Mitch Trubisky?
No.
No?
And I'm from Chicago. No, I'm not buying Mitch Trubisky. I know that he put up over 350 yards and 6 touchdowns in week 4, but he did that against the Bucs. The Bucs defense is real bad. They're 4th fewest in sacks and 2nd highest in total yards per game, and that's after a bye week. So I think
that's true.
Yeah, I think what Matt Nagy did that was great was get Tariq Cohen involved because he had his biggest game of the season so far, and I love that the creative play calling with him. This week they got Miami. That's a Jordan Howard game. He's $26 in Yahoo DFS, by the way.
But is Jordan Howard producing at this point?
He can against Miami.
Well, talk about running backs producing. What's up with David Johnson?
David Johnson is still an amazing talent. What's up with him is Mike McCoy and a bad O-line.
That's true.
Speaking of quarterback, having a rookie quarterback, does that maybe incentivize them to use David Johnson more? Is they going to get more rushing attempts because they've got Rosen under center?
I agree with this, but David Johnson is most electric when used in space as a receiver. He's not getting those opportunities. McCoy's not play calling or scheming for him that way. He's got a fullback, but he's never run with a fullback before. I think the brightest spot on this offense, frankly, is Christian Kirk because his rapport with Rosen looks great, but David Johnson has scored in every single game so far this season except one. He's got Minnesota this week. I don't know. Wouldn't count on that. But later in the season, if you want to buy low on him, he's got Detroit, I think, in week 14. He's got Atlanta in week 15. Both of those are generous against the running back position. So I think he's a great buy low. I would not bet against his talent, but I would bet against Mike.
You know what? The Cardinals schedule memorized for week 14?
Hey.
You're a fantasy football
Not all of us
boss.
open the jar. Not all of us open the jar before the segment.
But you know what else you could buy low that I really love sometimes? Sandwiches.
Oh.
In honor of tonight's Eagles-Giants game, it's only natural that we talk about sandwiches. Cheesesteaks in Philly, pastrami in New York, barbecue in Texas. Tell us your #1 pick in a mostly fantasy sandwich draft.
Mostly fantasy football draft, fantasy sandwiches. The #1 sandwich is the OG pastrami sandwich. You can get it at Wexler's Deli here in Los Angeles. It's a New York sandwich here on the West Coast. It's called the OG.
I can't get down with
who's better than the OG pastrami sandwich?
I can't mess with pastrami.
Deli, available now.
We can't mess with pastrami because it sounds like an STD.
What?
Damn, they got that pastrami.
I have supported everything you've said today. I've had your back, but that is blasphemy.
What's your sandwich?
Pastrami. I'm mad at Ben.
Easy.
Pastrami is the best. Johnny's pastrami, Wexler's pastrami. Pastrami is the best thing since pastrami.
What you got?
I was born a little bit basic, so my favorite sandwich is peanut butter and jelly.
Fucking right.
Yep.
Right? There's nothing better.
Yep.
See, when I got a little bit of money, though, you know what I started doing?
Putting almond butter on that shit.
Nope. I do sourdough bread.
Oh.
Sourdough bread, grilled with bananas in the middle of the peanut butter and jelly. Bam. When you go to Boston, go to the Ritz-Carlton and go downstairs and tell you want the Marty.
Yo, you're ordering peanut butter and jellies at the Ritz-Carlton?
You know why?
Like
because I never change. Some people get money and they change.
Tell me about it, Marty. Yes, that is 100% right.
When I got my first Bentley, I decided I'd never have no peanut butter bullshit again.
But I know this. We know the most about football on the set, and we know the most about sandwiches.
Hey,
we have sandwiches.
You don't need booty wipes after you eat one like you do with
pastrami's are terrible. From sandwiches to clothes.
Booty wipes?
Because you got to be dressed fresh when you eat your PB&J. So we're fashion forward here on Mostly Football. Well, kind of some of us are, and some of us aren't. Like some of these guys. DeAndre Hopkins, post-game look.
DeAndre Hopkins can do whatever he wants. He can wear whatever he wants. That dude is one of the most underrated stars in the NFL, I think.
He looks like he's about to drop down in Fortnite now.
I just like he doesn't have that dog in the man bag this time. I like the
I think he's one of the most stylish guys in the league. He looks like he's from Paris, but he's not. So I like DeAndre. I think fashion has grown in football. He's at the front of it. Next, we got Cam, who always disappoints.
Ooh.
Cam looks like a villain in a DC movie.
He looks like he's gonna go play.
Where Doctor Strange is like arch nemesis.
I think he looks like he's gonna go play some Dungeons and Dragons.
He looks like the only brother in a sorority.
I just feel like he's like the third black person in Harry Potter, Dumbledore's sidekick.
He's like the stand-in on set for Johnny Depp and Pirates.
He looks like a beautician detective.
He looks like a broke Shaft.
Oh, Cam Newton, quarterback of the year, 3068.
Hey, Blade Runner. Who needs a quarterback that can scramble when you got Cam Newton, who's a Blade Runner?
Let's keep it rolling. Time to
judge the fit. Yes.
Let's do it.
Oh, roasted.
Let's keep it going with Cam, right?
Cam again.
He's opting for some fur cleats this week. I don't know if you wore the fur cleats back in your day, but Cam went with the Under Armour.
Oh, those are fresh.
Fur cleats.
Stop it.
Those are supposed to be like the Gucci shoes. If y'all rock Gucci, y'all know that Gucci.
Yeah, but they're Under Armour though.
If you're playing against someone who has fur on their boots, you've already lost, I think.
I mean,
or have you?
I guess
or have you been distracted?
Is it Game of Thrones?
That's not Game of Thrones. That looks like Ed Hardy from like 2003.
Yeah, I had to roll with Ed Hardy and Christian Addy Jared, whatever it was.
Now this one I feel because Drake Kirkpatrick, he put himself on his cleats. He didn't put a character, he didn't put an anime, he didn't put a SpongeBob, he put Drake Kirkpatrick.
I think this is bold. I appreciate that. I mean, also he's looking down at his shoes. He's inspired by his own self. I think that I would like shoes with my face.
I mean, he always say you couldn't take a step in my shoes.
Anything to help you know what number 27 looks like, because he knows most of the time you see that dude with a helmet on, he's like, look, this is what I look like. Check my shoes. This is my face.
Good marketing.
Last one up here, we got Carl Anthony Towns. He gets really elaborate with what he
I don't give a shit what he does until he comes with heart like my man Jimmy Butler said. Quit worrying about your shoes and start diving on the floor for the ball and go and get the ball. We don't want to see that shit. I want to see his body on the floor wrestling for a loose ball. Not him with these nice ass
but he designed these with Kickstradamus.
Well, those are dope though. The shoes are dope. They're just not dope on him.
Is Kickstradamus going to fix his socks?
Well,
first of all, rest in peace, Mac Miller.
Yeah, rest in peace, Mac Miller, for showing. Shout out to Carl Anthony Towns for showing some love. And speaking of Kickstradamus, kicking it with Kickstradamus. It's going to debut right here on both Complex and Yahoo next month. Marty, I hear you're going to be hanging out with Kickstradamus, designing a pair of shoes.
I am looking forward to that.
It's can you imagine designing shoes to Martellus? It's like a 15-hour day. It's like he's going to be like
it's going to be a
designing every detail. Are they going to be mostly football shoes at least?
Yeah, I'm going to make a mostly football pair. You know what I may do? I may bring everybody on the show, Liz, you. So let me get all your shoe sizes.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm going to get everybody on the set their own shoe. I'm going to design based on your personalities.
I love that. That's awesome. Thanks,
Based on my personality.
Exactly.
I know it's going to be tricky, right?
Yeah. I know more about y'all than y'all think I do. I've been on all y'all
Samuel Jacksonized against
I've been on all y'all Wikipedia pages. I've been on the Wikipedia pages. Now tie these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Everybody strap in.
Liz,
I'm about to open up some windows.
Thank you, as always, for hanging out with the Mostly Football crew.
My pleasure.
Appreciate you stopping by.
What does Marcellus look like?
Did the color orange come before the orange? Or was the color orange created after the orange? Deep shit.
If anyone's going to figure out why nothing rhymes with orange, I think it would be you.
That's definitely a point.
Have you ever been freestyling and you had to rhyme orange in the flow?
Yeah, I have done that before. But what about blueberries?
Yeah, blueberries another one. I don't know, deep shit. Good stuff, Martellus, as always. All right, right here on Mostly Football, we like to give props to the geniuses both on the field and off the field. Time now for the Marty Awards. We're going to award the person, the writer, the artist, the athlete, the creator who did something really awesome and creative this week. So my first Marty Award goes to Ike Barinholtz. Ike Barinholtz is the writer, director, producer, and star of a new film called The Oath with John Cho and Tiffany Haddish. Ike, of course, you know from the Mindy Project and Neighbors, but I just love that a comedian is creating and telling their own story and not just acting in it, but directing it as well. So Marty Award for you, dude. Who's yours for?
This week, my Marty Award goes to Nintendo and Shigeru Miyamoto for creating the Nintendo Switch, Mario, the things that's always been a time in my life I know I'm supposed to do this week, but I never got to reward Nintendo for his greatness. So I just want to take a moment to thank him for the great things they do. It's one of my favorite companies. I have Mario tattoos on me. He's one of my favorite characters, and it inspired me to do a lot of things I do today creatively, to get lost in worlds and build worlds that people could get lost in as well. So everything Nintendo Switch is doing, and they reinvent themselves every year, and the Switch is the most awesome thing, and I'm looking forward to Smash Brothers coming out.
Sick.
I have the Switch too. It's amazing. It makes airplane flying the best. But my Marty goes to Pete Davidson, my boy from SNL, who just had to drop some gems on Weekend Update about Kanye West, and just kept it a buck, kept it 100 about Kanye West and all these blasphemous, inaccurate, erroneous, stupid things he's been saying. And honestly, he needs to be put on blast. And you know, Pete Davidson is somebody that, you know, the hype beast and the culture we look to for what's fresh and what's hot. And what's fresh and what's hot is realizing when somebody's in the wrong. And Kanye, you need to get your life together. So Pete, we support what you did.
Marty Award for you, Pete Davidson.
Whoa, whoa.
I like it. All right, Marty, every week you're going on award-winning adventures as well. So what was your adventure this week?
This week, I got to hang out with Matt Barnes on Adventures with Marty, and we had an episode I like to call Eat Your Wheaties. Which we got to eat with Chris Yang. Chef Chris Yang prepared a meal for us. It was cannabis infused. Check it out. Let's go. Right now, we will have a cannabis infused dinner prepared by Chris Yang with the homie Matt Barnes. So let's go. Can you tell these motherfuckers what we're cooking today?
Today we're doing a daikon cream soup, and we have a spicy mustard glazed pork loin with a miso carrot puree.
How long have you been doing this? How long have you been making
cannabis food? I've been cooking like 4 years maybe. Before that I was an organic chemist.
What does an organic chemist do?
That typical chemist shit that you see with white coats and pouring weird shit together.
Like the Asian version of Bill Nye the Science Guy?
Yes, that is exactly what
Bill Nye!
Science guy.
Yeah. How much weed do you put in this shit?
This is our THC concentrate. Basically what I did is I took pure THC, I activated it and put it into a little tincture form. It leaves your system about an hour.
You know all about weed though, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm in this space. I'm working on a first ever athlete-funded UCLA cannabis research program. We're substituting CBD for opioid-dependent patients. The nation is hooked on opioids, and they keep pumping us. And you know, as a professional athlete, they'll pump you full of anything to get you back on that field or on that court. I definitely think this plan can change the world. So I think the more we educate people on it, the better we'll be.
Everything else saying sounds very fucking awesome, but I'm hungry in a bitch.
So this is a daikon soup. Daikon's like an Asian turnip. So you kind of mix it in there. There's a spicy oil, some tincture extract that I made, croutons, and some parsley. So
there's weed in this.
There is.
This is actually good. I'm a fan. This is good.
No, it's not too much.
This is good. And I want to pitch this to you right now. Weedy Wonkas.
Weedy Wonkas.
And all we serve is chocolates. And it was all psychedelic shit, you know what I'm saying?
Psychedelic chocolates.
Yeah, we make all the chocolate, and you can see the chocolate getting made by the Oompa Loompas in the back.
delicious, dog.
What we got? Mint chimichurri with spicy mustard pork loin, a miso carrots puree, and some Brussels sprouts.
Very good. Yeah, lots of flavors, flavorful.
Next up is dessert, and dessert is gonna be ice cream.
I love ice cream.
Alright, so this is it's a honey syrup, and it's got THC in it. I'm gonna have you infuse this.
How much infuse?
It's a whole lot of weed. I see my suit.
Abracadabra, bitches.
You made a good ice cream, bro.
That shit was delicious. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I got a good high. All right, this is a goodbye from the Triple Threat. I'm Marty, that's Matt, that's Chris. This shit has been awesome. For you motherfuckers out there, peace.
Oh man, that dinner started, it was sunlight outside, and then it ended at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
That's what happens when you get high. And Chris was like, oh, what do you think about the high? Me and Matt Barnes looked at each other and was like, we came here high.
Going to a weed dinner already stoned.
Yeah. Yeah, so.
Classic Martellus. Classic. Well, I got to go on.
That's funny. That was
an adventure on my own.
That was good.
I got to go on an adventure on my own recently. We're going to check it out next week. I got to hang out with a better looking version and a richer version of myself, Josh Duhamel, at the Rams practice. Take a look. Oh, right there. Wow, we're all in shock out here. Wow, the really handsome guy who looks like a quarterback can catch punts. Oh. Oh. Oh, shit. I could do this all day. I love this. Adam, for another edition of Caps Lock. Did you win money last week? I forget.
No, that push on Sunday night didn't do me any
that
favors.
Sunday night game sucked.
I know, it's awful.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Well, the Eagles and the Giants play in New York tonight. It's a rivalry game, and of course, we thought a good punishment would be throwing ping pong balls and insults at the loser of last week's Caps Lock. But there was actually a tie, so we got to scrap that. Let's take a look at how we all did. Cowboys and the Texans line was a push in overtime as Houston won by 3, so no money exchanged hands for you guys. Adam, you ended up dead even on the week with $100 bets canceling out each other. I continued on my random and completely unpredicted and ridiculous winning streak, winning $139.50. And James and Marty, the big losers, both losing $200. So no rules on what to do with a tie. So what do you think we should do? Just kind of move on next week?
I guess everyone's off the hook for this week, or the big losers are off the hook. But let's up the ante for next week's, segment and up the punishment big time. And think long and hard, guys, about who you're picking for next week, because you have to chew on this if you're the big loser. Those are Rocky Mountain oysters, otherwise known as bull testicles, and they are considered a delicacy throughout the Rocky Mountain region. So again, choose wisely.
It's like the Bennett brothers ate those growing up a lot.
Those are chitlins. Totally different. The bulls, testicles, totally different.
All right.
My management is way too good.
That is true. That is very true. All right.
Calls will be made.
Let's get to the games for this week, shall we? All right. We kick things off with the Chargers going on the road to Cleveland. They're only a 1-point favorite. Baker and the Browns have everybody excited this year in Cleveland, obviously. Adam, who do you like? The Browns +1 on the at home.
So I'm always leery of these West Coast teams in the 1 p.m. Eastern kickoffs because sometimes they just never come to play. Also know that the Browns are getting less than 40% of the bets on them. If you pay attention to last week's show, you know that's significant. Last week in Week 5, teams that got less than 40% of the bets on them, they win 6-2 against the spread. So I'm rolling with the Browns here. Give me $50 on Cleveland.
Martellus, you a big Baker fan?
I don't know shit about Baker, but I'm a fan of Adam. When I don't consult Adam before my bets, I fucking lose, and I got to hang out with this guy. We're in the losers bracket, so I'm following his lead, and I'm throwing 50 on the team.
Just because Adam said so. All right.
Amen.
James, who do you got? You rolling with Adam, or you rolling with yourself?
See, here's the deal. Insider information tells me that the Chargers
You got sources?
My sources. They're telling me the Chargers are feeling really neglected in Los Angeles. Everyone's talking about the Rams. Some of the Chargers couldn't even get into the comedy club. They're sneaking into the back of the nightclub. They can't even get their In-N-Out burgers. Nobody's out here in LA. So they got to get the win so they can get the numbers and the power and the respect in these LA streets. And they will do this because it's the Browns. They don't win more than 2 games in a season.
Thank you for reminding everyone, James. Honestly, it's the Cleveland Browns with a rookie quarterback. Like, I'm going big. I'm going the Chargers on the road, $250. All right, our second game this week, we've got another really big-time rivalry. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road facing the first place, yeah, that's right, the first place Cincinnati Bengals. 2.5-point underdogs the Steelers are. I don't know why I said that like I was Yoda. Who do you like in the Steelers and Bengals?
2 reasons I'm going with Cincy here. The Steelers are 0-8 against the spread in their last 8 games following a straight-up win, and they demolished the Falcons last week at home. And also the home team in the series is 3-1-1 against the spread in the last 5 meetings. So give me $100 on Cincy to cover that number.
$100 on Cincy for Martellus. What do you got?
I have $100 on Cincy as well. I fuck with Adam and the information that he shares with us. So you all should listen to Adam. He knows his shit. When I don't listen to Adam, I lose. But also because this isn't the playoffs. If it was the playoffs, I'll bet on the Steelers because Andy Dalton would shit the bed. But today I'm going, and there's a lot of turmoil going on, distractions with the Steelers right now. They don't even know who they are as people.
Yeah, who do you got? You think the Steelers show up this week in Cincinnati?
If I know Antonio Brown, which I don't, I feel like he wants his name in the conversation. I mean, we had Odell sitting with Lil Wayne. Antonio Brown knows Drake, okay? He's somebody too, and he's gonna prove it this week. That's why I have a strong $50 on the Steelers. AB, I see you, baby.
I'm gonna double that up, James. I'm gonna go $100 on the Steelers. I just think they're like a cooler football team than the Bengals.
You must like to taste the balls. Can you taste those balls already?
A delicacy, Martellus. A delicacy.
In the Rocky Mountains. Who lives in the Rocky Mountains?
It's one of the best games of the year. Could be a preview of the AFC title game. It's Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs going on the road to face TB12, Gronk, and Martellus' old team, the Patriots. Who you like in this one? It's a big game this weekend.
Yeah, so this won't be a dud like last Sunday night's game. Know that Tom Brady is 19-6-2 against the spread when the Pats are getting less than 50% of the bets in them as they are heading into this one. But the Chiefs are the hottest team in the NFL. They've covered every single spread. They're going up against a suspect defense, and they're getting points. This just seems almost too good to be true, and I'm very shook and very worried about eating balls on TV next week, but I'm just saying fuck it and putting $200 on KC to cover that number. 3.5 is too good to pass up.
Let's go, Pats. Who you got, Martellus?
I usually listen to my man Adam. I could be wrong here. But I'm going $100 on the Patriots because I learned not to bet against those guys, and those guys know what's going on. And for New England Patriots, football is just now starting. The first 4 weeks, 5 weeks is spent figuring out what we have as a team. This guy, that guy here who works well together, and I think they're starting to figure it out. So, what's up, homies? Shout out to Tom. You don't need any more of my money. You got enough money for all of us. What's up, Gronk? What's up, Julie? Juju's back. Everybody's back. I'm in Boston this weekend. I'm going to make it rain at Harvard because that's where I do business at, and it's going down. Yeah!
James, you didn't play for the Patriots, and you don't do business at Harvard. Who you got?
I remember when you said not to bet with their emotions.
There you go.
That's why I'm going with the Chiefs and the light-skinned power of Patrick Mahomes. And I feel like they're going to make it happen, air out that ball. I got $200. I can't unsee those balls. I can't. So, Patrick, make it happen. I don't want to eat no bull balls.
So, is that skin around the balls, the scrotum?
Who cares, man?
I'm going with the under in this one. The over-under is 59.5, which Adam told me is what, the second highest over-under ever?
Second highest regular season total in NFL history.
They're drunk in Vegas making this line. So I'm going $150 on the under. Appreciate you stopping by and sharing your knowledge, as always.
Good luck to all of us.
Now, I know we said we weren't going to, like, throw these ping pong balls, but we have a whole basket of them here, and we've got two losers sitting on the couch.
But you know what? This is not going to be good for television with the comments. Society. Last thing we need is white people throwing white balls at
people. Coming up next, our ugly-ass dog pick of the week. That's right, ugly-ass dog pick of the week. Here you go, right there. Did the dog just pick a tie? Are we going to have a tie on Thursday Night Football?
I don't know that, but that dog's ugly ass. Those balls that you try to serve next.
Animals are usually pretty reliable. They're dependable. People, unfortunately, guys, not so much. Sometimes they're just not the best versions of themselves. So time for You're Better Than That. All right, all number 9 did this week was break Peyton Manning's record for the most passing yards in history. So what does the NFL do to reward him? They give him a certificate. That's right, a certificate like he was named Student of the Month or Employee of the Week. I mean, come on, NFL, you're better than that.
Was it laminated or did it get wet from his sweat of all the hard work he put in to make that 79,000 passing yards that night, or whatever it was, a ridiculous number? I don't even have that many miles on my Bentley.
You drive home in his Bentley, and he's like, "Oh, honey, we just got home. I forgot the certificate back at the stadium."
The kid's like, "Daddy, can we make a paper plane?"
Yeah, that looked like a spelling bee second place certificate.
Yeah, they should laminate it.
That was pretty weak. So what do you got going on this weekend, Marty? What are you doing?
Oh, I'm going to do roller derby, and then I am going to speak in New York, and then I'm going to bake cakes with my daughter, and maybe catch a movie or two.
James, big weekend plans?
Yeah, I'm, on some humble shit. I'm buying my second Bentley. It's a remote control car, but like it's something I haven't had my eye on.
You worked really hard
you
for
know
it,
what
man.
I'm
So I know it means a lot to you.
Hey, we've been putting in that hard work. I appreciate the look. And now I got my second Bentley, y'all.
Tomorrow I'm going to see Curren perform in L.A. If you guys want to roll,
I would definitely. I'm
you know what? I'm gonna buy my third Bentley, pick you up, and then I'm gonna go.
I'm an Uber.
And as always, we are gonna leave you guys with a parting gift. That's right. Here you go.
Go back and forth.
All right, this should serve as a reminder to always be aware of your surroundings. Wow, especially when there are little kids around. If that happened with you and your kids,
if that was my kid, my foot would still be stuck up his ass right now, and I would have to bring him to the show, because my foot would be so far up his ass that it probably would be touching his lungs, and he would need booty wipes.
All right, once Booty Wipes gets a second shout out on the show, it's time to say goodbye. Thanks for watching, everybody. We're always simulcast every Thursday at 7 on the East Coast, 4 o'clock here on the Pacific side. Complex and Yahoo Sports. For Marty and James, I'm Ben Lyons. Enjoy the Eagles and Giants tonight.
Hey, and like he said, I'm Martellus Bennett, and this Andretti OG in my pocket is not going to smoke himself. So you guys out there stay happy and stay classy. We out.
Complex.